Hey there, Diocese of the Rio Grande. This is your weekly update for the week beginning Proper 25, which I think is October 25th, 2025. This week, I just want to remind you that Diocesan Convention is coming up. If you're a delegate to convention or you want to just come and help volunteer, particularly if you live in the El Paso area, we need volunteers. I want you to go to the diocesan website, diocesarg.org, and look at the convention website. Beginning in the next week or so, you will start to see the annual reports to convention start to appear on the website on the convention page. In the past, the reports to convention were all handwritten. They were all written and they were printed and put in the big journal. There is still a journal that's prepared, but now, because of technology, we try to do all of our reports by video so that you can see them as they come out. I'll try to share them as they come out on this channel as well. We want as many people in the diocese as possible to be informed and aware of what has happened in the Diocese of the Rio Grande over the past year so that you can get involved. There is still, I think, for this week, an opportunity for you to sign up to run for office in the Diocese of the Rio Grande. You can see what positions are available there. This year, I think we're having some good feedback, people wanting to run for office, and that is wonderful to see. And so I encourage you to go and look there. Help us out at the diocesan level. We could use your help and involvement. Another announcement with respect to convention, and that is that on the Thursday night of convention, we are having a special event focusing on our Borderland ministry. As you know, Borderland ministry right now is going through a very critical time. We're trying to help people who need legal counsel and advice, people who have legally claimed asylum. I want you to come and learn about what's happening at Borderland ministry in the Borderlands at this point in time. And so on the Thursday night before we start convention, we're going to have a special prayer vigil based at All Saints Church in El Paso, but also going to pray at the closest detention center to All Saints El Paso so that you can participate in that. If you'd like to come and learn about the Borderlands, but you're not sure about praying at the detention center, there will also be a prayer vigil happening in the sanctuary at All Saints Church. So we'll have kind of double simultaneous prayer vigils going on about praying for all those involved in the Borderlands. Then we'll have a meal together, and the food's going to be absolutely fabulous. Then we'll have presentations from folks at Borderland Ministries, including a couple of immigration attorneys who will share with you what their life and ministry is like and what they are seeing. So I want to encourage you to, if you're in the area, come and join us for that Thursday experience. We're going to try to videotape the presentation so I can share them with you on this channel as well. We want to help as many people as possible understand what's happening at the border because it's not being covered in the widespread media in a way that tells the truth, at least as I see it, and I think as we see it here along the Borderlands. Speaking of All Saints Church in El Paso, I want to take you there today and tour the new renovated cloister garden. Come along with me. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to All Saints Episcopal Church. That's David Luke Hinton. You know David Luke over there. We are going to give you a tour of the interior garden here at All Saints. It's a beautiful space. You can't even know it's here from the outside because you come by and you see the parking lot, you see the church, which has that beautiful stained glass inside. They have a wonderful parish hall where they have their open mic night twice a month, which includes an art class and open mic night and some food. I got to go this week. It was absolutely fabulous. And David Luke, tell us about this garden.
Yeah, the garden, the courtyard area was really neglected until just very recently, other than the columbarium.
Yeah, and let's go look at the columbarium up here.
Has local people who come by, regularly. But then it also has people who come from all over, descendants of the folks whose cremains are interred here. And so it's a beautiful space, and they just had it power cleaned, and I say had it power cleaned. We had a parishioner and his soccer team who came out and power cleaned and replanted the beds, and this is where we're going to have our All Saints Day picnic and outdoor Eucharist on Saturday, November 1st. So
it's wonderful, and it's right in this is the exterior wall, the south-facing wall of the church, and you can see from this side, that's some of the beautiful stained glass that is in the church. We'll go inside and show you that if you haven't seen it.
But this is a beautiful church.
This is a
really
big
is.
garden, kind of a monastic cloister area you can see here. It's surrounded on all four sides. This is the hallway that connects to the offices. The parish hall is in that corner over there. And then over here is a school, and we showed you that last year when I visited. The school is now inhabited, and there's a new school there. They've fixed everything up, redid the bathrooms with those little tiny toilets for the little tiny kids, and it all looks fabulous. So that's along that side, and the kids can come out here, and there's a new playground on the other side of that over there. But now the project has been to work on this interior. It's a beautiful, peaceful place, right in the midst of a pretty urban environment, close to the airport here in El Paso. A lot of traffic going on around. You might sort of feel sprawly, kind of, in terms of lots of retail going on around this place. A lot of people travel by here, but right here in the here now is this beautiful garden with a gazebo there, and they're bringing it back with all these beautiful flowers. There's Francis there. So show us what you've been working on.
What we've been working on here?
Yeah, in the garden over here.
The lawn was really overgrown, and so a lot of it was just kind of cleaning up. Be careful, Bishop, with the hose. And the ground still, I mean, we're probably going to reseed in the winter and try to get a hardy grass going.
Look, you got a dragonfly right there.
Yeah,
beautiful. The little
and
wildlife are coming back.
Bird
That's
life
beautiful.
and insect life here. And this is the Daughters of the King garden that was just replanted literally this week. Had nothing to do with your visit, by the way. It was already in the works, but it's a beautiful space. And
It's beautiful, and you got benches out here.
it's
Beautiful
also
gazebo.
Really accessible. That's the other reason. And we had a fairly accessible site at McElligin Canyon, but this is going to be so easy for people who use walkers or wheelchairs. Even there's just like one step down, and that's it.
It's
And
just
a
so
light
beautiful.
step.
Always good to see the church creating a place that values creation, a place that provides a place of spiritual rest and repose with the saints. And so All Saints Day, you're going to do your All Saints, the patronal feast right here with the saints there in the wall, and the saints here eating food around the gazebo. That's
And
beautiful.
folks from other parishes as well. We've gotten really good in El Paso, I think, about supporting each other. And
Yeah, there's a
St.
real
Christopher's has
sense
a
of
festival coming, and St. Luke's, the Diocesan Stampede, we're going to be there. And folks, there's a real sense of unity and community.
It's great. There were people from 2 or 3 churches here for the open mic night too. So I
yes.
love the way that the churches in El Paso are really starting to network.
Pat from St. Albans, Marianne Chavez, who was the senior warden at one point at St. Christopher, still an active St. Christopher's parishioner, but it's been good.
Yeah,
Really
I spoke
has
with
been.
someone yesterday who was saying, like, my heart is still here, but I go over there for that, and I go over there for that. And that is something I've been saying for a while, which is we are part of a diocese. And instead of thinking every church has to be kind of isolated doing everything, in a place like El Paso, you all can share.
And Sherry and Eddie were here. Come to think of it, all 4 churches on the east side were represented at open mic.
That's right,
So,
they were.
That was cool.
Well, so tell us a little bit about the story of that. I took a little video on open mic night that I'll show here, but
He's an creative and always comes up with those. I am not artistic at all.
tell us about it. how did it start? How
It's-
has it
yeah.
grown? What's the community like? Because there were people coming in off the street for the first time this
Oh
this
yeah,
time.
absolutely, and that's not unusual. Some open mics, it's more people from our own community, but most times that we have open mic, we'll get a newcomer, we'll get somebody who's interested in the church or just interested in making music, and it started with Flora Newberry, who is now our music director. And Susan found her, our former music director, found her. They were in mutual musician groups, and she started playing at the church some trumpet and recorder and something called a cornetto, which is a Renaissance instrument that nothing's been written for in centuries. But she was playing at the church, and when we were coming out of COVID, and this was shortly before I got here, so this is probably 3.5, 4 years ago, coming out of COVID, she and her husband Mike are musicians for a band that plays classic rock called Vehiculo. And so they started just offering open mic, and it was very small. It's been fairly small for the last 3 years, but it's higher always when we have art nights. And so, yeah, it's been wonderful evangelism, and it's also wonderful free entertainment right here in our neighborhood.
It's great. So talk about art night, though, because that was the piece that I knew about open
Yes.
mic. But this time, there's an art class alongside.
Yes, it's facilitated by Corinne Solari Polemas.
And
who
she's
is-
wonderful. I
she's
didn't know she
amazing.
was an art teacher like this.
She was a
She's
professional art teacher.
She's got all
and
kinds of hidden talents that I didn't
She's
know
a
about.
facilitator, and I was telling you Wednesday, she never repeats anything. So every project we have when we meet for art is completely new. We've made stained glass windows. We've done collages of different types. We've worked with different media, sometimes watercolors, sometimes markers, paints. We've done work with pottery and sculpture. We did some work with, I hope this is the right term, distillation, I think, like the MC Escher, where you look at something and you see multiple things, and
Jackson
sort of
Pollock.
surrealistic. And yeah, we did a Pollock one that was fabulous. It was a group thing done on butcher papers with like a 4x6, 4x8 piece of butcher paper, and in groups of 3 or 4. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It raises a little money for the church, but it's really community building. And as with open mic, and even more so with art, when we have art, it seems like we get a lot more NONE nuns, a lot more newcomers, a lot more folks that are just curious that have no connection to the community, no connection to the All Saints community.
It's so fun to get to participate in it, and I love it. It's a great idea, and one that's, it's a low-cost, fun thing to do that most churches could pick that up and run with it. A great idea from All Saints. Thank you, David Luke, for all you're doing.
That's your weekend update for this third week of October 2025. God bless you. Hang in there. Keep the faith, my friends. We'll see you soon.